the sound. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
Welcome everybody. Black Male Advice TV. Hope everybody can hear me good. We are back again with another awesome live stream. It's 3:23 a.m. New York time, and we are going to be talking about an interesting topic. I'm going to try to do something a little different today. If you're pretty much home from work or whatever the case is, I'm going to pretty much do a couple of streams back to back. So if you catch them, you catch them. If you don't, you don't. You just catch the replay. But right after this stream here, I'm going to pretty much do another one in about probably 30 minutes after it. And I'm going to see how that goes. I was going to do them as pre-recorded videos, but I decided to pretty much do them as live shows. So let's see who we got. We got Shiva in the building. What's going on? See you in the building. We got Kenny Williams in the building. What's going on? We have an interesting topic for you. We're going to be talking about the topic of most black men will die alone because they're chasing money rather than wealth. They're chasing money rather than wealth. Shout out to V-Dubman Smith in the building. See you, bro. Interesting topic, like I said. We got a lot to cover. Fantasia, what's going on? All right. You know, a lot of black men don't realize what's happening. They don't realize the difference between wealth and money. Sadly, in this culture, we have a lot of men. A lot of men are chasing money. They're chasing money. They're talking about owning their own businesses. They're talking about all of these things that deals with financial gain. But they're missing out. They're missing out on understanding what true wealth is all about. So my hope is that through this live stream here is that you will all gain a clear understanding of wealth versus money. Because having money alone doesn't really give you the true pleasure of what wealth really is about. About 2 weeks ago, I wrote something in my community section, and I want to talk about that. I wrote something in my community section along the lines of, hold on a second. I wrote something in my community section about 2 weeks ago dealing with something that was extremely important in terms of content creators, black men within these spaces who all they talk about is money and gaining money, but they really don't have wealth. And shout out to Wando, see you in the building. Lisa Davis, what's going on? Everybody's talking about how much money they got, black men be competing with other black men to see what they got and how much money they got, and everybody seemed to be caught up in the dollar, but nobody have no real wealth. That's what I want to talk about, because it seemed like we focus on money so much that we're growing old as men, and we're gonna die alone because we're so focused on how much money our bank account contained that we're literally not even thinking about the future. It's like the post that I made was so on point. You know, I got a lot of feedback from it. People appreciated the what I had to share, because it's like you're after money. You're taught to go out there and work. You're taught to go out there, get a job, get a career, start a business. But in today's culture, when we look at black men, they're afraid of being in relationships with black women. I mean, when you just look at social media as it is, black men are scared to be around a woman. They're scared to be in a relationship. They're afraid of marriage. We have the anti-marriage crowd on YouTube. We have men teaching other men, you know, not to have no babies. We have men out here who are going around saying, hey, I'm 35 and I don't got no kids. And they're proud to say that. They're really proud to tell everybody that they don't got no children. And you would think that these brothers would understand what true wealth is about. It's like they're just focused on themselves. So I made a particular post because I wanted to see, you know, what the people had to say about this, you know. So I wrote something in my community section. I want to read it. I want to read it and pretty much share my thoughts about what I wrote and add more to it so that people can gain some knowledge from it. So if you're now tuning in and you ain't read my community section, then pretty much you most likely won't know exactly what I was talking about. But I want to read that so that people can gain the knowledge of what's going on here. Let me see. Charze, how you doing? Charze Glitches, how you doing? See you in the building. Yeah, so I'm gonna read this. This is in my community section. I wrote this 2 weeks ago, and I want to share my thoughts on it now. This is an interesting post. It's designed to get into your thoughts, make you think as men. And also, I want all of the ladies to pay close attention, because if you're with a man and he's not focusing on building wealth, real wealth, right? Then you're wasting your time with him. Like you're just wasting your life. You're not going nowhere. If you're one of them women that are just chasing men that got money, you're wasting your life. You're wasting your energy, because you're really not gaining any true wealth. If you're just one of them sisters that are looking for a sugar daddy, somebody that got money. If you're one of them women that are looking for a so-called high value man, so to speak, who got all this money because you just want to gain some material items, and you're going to live a miserable existence because the guy you're with most likely don't want no children. He's not trying to marry you. He's just using you for sex at this point. He don't really care about you. So you're going to just be sitting there for the rest of your life growing old. And then once you get to a certain age and there's really no more use for you, he's going to discard you for another younger sister. That's just the way it works. So I'm going to read this thing right here. I wrote this 2 weeks ago, like I said, and it goes as follows. It says, I'm extremely serious when I say this. Wait, let me see. I'm extremely serious when I say this, and we'll be doing a show about this. Mostly all of these single anti-marriage content creators aren't building true wealth. They think because they're making money on YouTube or have various streams of business opportunities, that they're on top of the world and have true financial security. Truth is, without a family structure, they're working in vain. And they'll die, and if they die today, all the money they made and all they built die with them. Now think about that, people. When we look at content creators, when we look at black men in general, when we look at their audience who listen to their content, everything is about making money, gaining so-called wealth that they really don't know about. But the thing is, without family, without a family structure, all of these men will die, and everything they built will die with them. And this is something black men need to understand, and this is something women need to understand, because it's very important. I go on and I said the following. If you build a media empire and die today with no children and no quality wife or wives, all that they built is gone. This is why I'm not impressed with these foolish males who talk so much about business while failing to establish the most important business, which is a family. If all these YouTubers who boast about money and businesses die today, who will continue their work from their bloodline? I hear crickets. Their money and or wealth will go to people who don't even know. And the people will be so happy they're dead just to have free money they didn't work for. Isn't that something? What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? What does it profit him, people, to gain the whole world and lose your soul? So you gained 1 million subscribers and have all this money, but no family to take care of, no children to provide for and teach, how to continue your work, no wives you could trust because you hate black women so much. Even if they get a non-black woman, they still won't trust her out of the fear of the system. You see, even if these brothers got with a non-black woman, they still are anti-family. So they're gonna all die with whatever they built, and it's gonna all go to someone else. I go on to say, I hear these clowns talk so much about protecting their wealth from women because they believe women are after them. Truth is, these males are all going to die alone. They're gonna all die alone, people. What a sad situation. They love to say women will grow old and die alone. But the truth is, most of these males are dead already and have no soul. No matter how much money they make, they're not happy. They're just gathering wealth that someone else will take when they die. Making money is cool. At the same time, the true wealth no one speak on is family and the children you bring forth. Finding quality women to practice polygyny, to bring forth blessed children in whom you can teach and add value to their life by giving them the skills you have is the true generational wealth that will continue on. What most males are doing today is just gathering money on top of money, but never enjoying their life because they're lonely and miserable. For some of these clowns, even sex is boring because none of the women love or respect them. The women just do as they're told because they're after the money. Most of these fools don't even believe in love. They think life is going to go on and they're gonna remain the same. These males aren't even husband material, but think because they have money, it will compensate for the lack thereof. They really have nothing to offer women in terms of being a husband or leader. They're so caught up in their work that they never developed into a family man. Their fear of women and the system will keep them in the dark world they live in. Don't be fooled by their suits, smiles, and slick words, because it is a little boy crying out, or behind it is a little boy crying out for daddy. If all I'm doing is working to build wealth, but have no family and children, then I'm wasting my time being a hoarder. Yeah. That is pretty much what I shared in my community section. I wanted to read that so pretty much everyone can gain some understanding of what's happening here. Let me turn on this chat part right here. You have so many men that are working, focusing on business, starting a business. Everything on YouTube is men saying, we got to get this, we got to get our paper, we got to get that. But no one's talking about building wealth. Okay, you have a bunch of money. You have millions of dollars in the bank. But if you were to die today, most high forbid, where's that money going to go? Who did you teach on how to sustain what you built? What offspring have you created? You see, the true wealth that we should be bringing forth, the system have taught not only our women, but also our men to abort. You see, every time you brothers get a sister pregnant and you take her down to get an abortion, you just aborted your legacy. You see, the white man understands true wealth. He understands legacy. That's why when you look at his family line, you see all of his sons, you see all of his daughters. They have a large family. But when you look at your family, we don't see any family. When we look at your family, they're all separated. When we look at your brother, your sister, and so forth, it's like, where are the children? Where are the marriages? Where is the relationships? Why there is no love? You see, the truth of the matter is, no matter how many college degrees you have, no matter how much business opportunities you think you are getting, until you understand what true wealth is all about, you will die alone. And all that you built will go to someone else who didn't give a damn about you in the first place. So, to all the male content creators, to all of the people that view content creators, my question to you is, where is your family? Where is the true wealth that matters? Where are the children you brung forth? The children in which you teach how to do this and how to do that? What are they learning from you? Who's a beneficiary of your inheritance? What have you developed and set up in case of your departure? What woman will inherit your wealth? You see, most of you brothers, you have gotten so fearful of the black woman that you feel it is necessary to avoid marriage at all costs because in your mind, you don't want a woman to inherit anything. We look at Dr. Dre's situation. We look at all these other celebrities who had these issues with their wives and separations. And we look at that and we get fearful. And we begin to believe that, you know what, the black woman is out to take our money. And what's interesting is a lot of you brothers who are so fearful, you don't even have money for a woman to take. But yet you're fearful of these women, which makes no sense. Most of you brothers don't even have no wealth. But you're crying about something that didn't even happen. You flock to channels that teach you to avoid marriage at all costs. You listen to other brothers telling you a bunch of garbage about you shouldn't marry a woman because if you do and it goes south, she's going to take your money. And what does this do? This prevent you brothers from actually building wealth. You need children. You need wives. The Most High created the black woman for you. He created women for you. He created women for you because you need help. You can't do this by yourself. The powers that be been working so long to keep the black family in shambles. They've been working diligently through population control, abortion, crime, drugs. They've been working so hard to keep us apart. So we have the gender war, we have feminism, we have all of these different enemies to the black family. And now it's to the point now where we are destroying ourselves. They don't even need these programs anymore because we have trained ourselves to hate ourselves. So now black men are not stepping up to the plate to be men. Instead, they see our women as an opportunity for sexual gratification. They don't see the black woman as a vessel of honor in whom we have to protect, in whom we have to build up and take care of. They don't see having children as being a blessing. Men today see having children as a burden. They see it as some sort of curse. So while we as men are not procreating, building family, all the other nations are out here building family. And this is why when you look in the black communities, you have all of these Asian businesses. You have all of these Arab businesses. You have all these white-owned establishments. But when you look around, you don't see no black-owned businesses, which are ran by the children of the father and mother that produced them. What we see, if we do see a mom and pop shop, is probably just some lady trying to run a business, but she got no children, or some man trying to start up something to make some money, not for future generations, because we are only thinking about ourselves. We are a selfish people. And this is why you got so many content creators who are just focused on men getting their money, but they're not building wealth for future generations. You see, when we look at companies like Apple, these companies have built something which will supply their family what they need for generations and generations to come. When we look at black people, they don't got nothing for their family. Most of us was raised in households where our parents didn't have no money, no wealth, they didn't teach us no skills, they didn't give us no tools. So we had to go out here in this world and build everything that we have on our own. And because we were trained to be selfish, because we were trained not to work with one another, this is why today we're just out for self. You can have a guy who have 2 children and he's focused only on himself. He's not focused on future wealth. He's not focusing on educating the children, because see, there comes a time as a parent when your children reach a certain age and you have to begin to now teach them different skills. You can't teach them it too early or too late. You got to wait till their mind matures in a certain way, and then you're able to pretty much teach them what they need to know. And what most men are doing today that have kids that have a skill, they're not imparting that skill in their children. They just want to be known as the one who had the talent, not realizing that the Most High gave you these gifts. He gave you these abilities so that you could give it to your children so that they could take the baton and move further than you. Again, if you brothers that are doing your thing, making money, were to die today, Most High forbid, got in a car accident, things happen. None of us know our day. None of us know the hour. Who is going to benefit from everything we've done? Who is going to take what you had and move forward with it? What if you're an author and you write books, and for whatever reason, you have over 70 more books that you haven't published yet, but you have them written down. You have them in your computer. You have it drafted up and ready. These are books that you written, but it's not ready for this time. Because most authors will tell you that there are certain books that they wrote, but it's not for this time. It wouldn't be right to release it right now. Just like with music, just like with movies, there's a certain appointed time to release certain material. But what if this author passed away and his material is sitting there and he got no family, no children, no instructions on, if something was to happen to me, this is what I want you to do. I got my computer right there. I have the passcodes. I got all of the people in whom I was working with. They all know who you are. You don't know who they are, but this was pretty much set up beforehand for you in case something happened to me. Because I want you to take everything that I've done and I want you to move forward with it. I want the wealth that I built through you to continue. I don't want it to just die with me. And sadly, a lot of you brothers, you're going to die with everything the Most High put in you because you refuse to build a family. Having a family is the greatest wealth one can strive for. Bringing forth children is the greatest accomplishment you can do as a man and woman. A lot of people will tell you it's hard out here. Raising children is difficult. They get on your nerves. You know what I mean? You got to buy them this. You got to do that. You got to do all these different things. It's too much. Why deal with it? I just want to be single. Okay, you go ahead and be single. Go ahead. Stay there. Be single. Everything that you built, your 401k, whatever wealth you obtain in terms of monetary, once you die, it goes to somebody else. If you have no beneficiaries, if you have no children, it goes to waste. And let me tell you something else, because I can hear some brothers are saying in their mind. Well, Ringo, I got $2.5 million in my account saved, and my beneficiary is my daughter. So if something was to happen to me, the money will go to my child. You know, that sounds real nice, but I have bad news for you. Just because your daughter is a beneficiary, right? Just because you have the $2.5 million in your account, it doesn't mean that she have the knowledge, the education, and the skills of how to turn that $2.5 million into $25 million. You see, without training, without giving your children the true inheritance, which is knowledge and understanding and wisdom, then money is useless. Because what's going to happen is they'll just squander it on their own lusts. They'll just take it and just use it for, riotous living. She'll just buy Birkin bags, Louis Vuitton bags, take trips with her and her girls. She'll go out, hot girl summer. She'll do her thing with that money. And what's interesting is you gave her this inheritance while she was still young, so she really don't even know who you are. All she knows is that when she turned a certain age, they were giving her this money. And then you have her mom who's going to take part of that money too. Let's not forget that. So no one is really going to build anything with that money. So there really is no wealth. The true wealth is wisdom. Even in the scriptures, it teaches that the true wealth is wisdom, the word of the Most High. It's far more precious than silver, gold. It's valuable. The word of the Most High, the wisdom of the Most High is very, very valuable. But without teaching someone so that they can learn to apply it to their life, then people are just going to live a vain life pursuing money. And what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? What does it profit you to reach 1 million subscribers? And you're getting in all this money, gathering all this money. Okay, you got a lot of money. It's nice. But it's pretty boring. I don't know about you people, but in various areas of my life, I'm very wealthy. I'm at the point now in my life, and I'm not even trying to brag, I really don't even have to buy clothes. Like, I don't have to buy clothes. If I want to stop buying clothes today, I can stop. You know why? Because I got so much that it's boring. It's like, it's so much there that it's boring. I can literally change clothes every day for probably 4 to 5 years, and you won't ever see me in a particular outfit. Same thing in the shoe department. And it's boring. It's nice to have. It's nice to be able to choose what I want to wear. But it gets to a point where it becomes boring. Why I say that? Because it's like, there really is no need to buy any clothes. So that once desire to just spend on this and spend on that and spend here and spend this, it's not there because you got so much, even to the point where you don't even have no room to put everything you had. That's the same way it is when it comes to money. You can have so much money to the point where you don't got no needs. You just got money. A lot of it too. Your house is furnished. You got automobiles. You got clothes after clothes. Okay. You got jewelry. All right. To other people, they'll look at what I got and they'll be like, damn, man, you got a lot of stuff. You look like you chilling, bro. But to me, it's so normal that it's boring because it's the same thing. It's like, I'm not impressed with it. Other people will be impressed. Like if I do a video of my entire collection, a lot of people will be amazed. They'll be like, wow, oh my goodness, yo. But what I'm saying is, I can't wear all those clothes. I can't. It's too much. Someone else could use it. And a lot of times we get so focused on money that we gain so much, we forget to build a family where they can benefit from what we built. A lot of people don't ever understand that. So, okay, you got all this money, but you're not happy. Do you know how many millionaires got money and they're not happy? Do you know how many millionaires got a lot of money, but they're not happy at all? Look at Floyd Mayweather. All this money, all these cars, all the clothes, all the diamonds. What does it profit you to have all that money, but you ain't even using it to build up your people? Okay, we know our people love handouts. We know our people want things for free. There's a way to build up your people without spoiling them. There's a way to do that. There's a way to bless others. When you build up yourself to a point where you're comfortable, it is time to train your children up so that they can begin to take what you've done and expand it. Just like with a business. You start a business, it's doing good, it's really successful. Okay, it's time to branch out. It's time to start another business. You have a house, you lived in it for a certain amount of time. Okay, 10 years passed, you want to get another house? All right, let's build this house from scratch. Right? You got to be faithful of the few to be ruler of many. You understand? What I find is that people think having material is going to make them, I guess, fulfilled in all areas. Now, don't get me wrong. Having nice things is good. Being poor is not great. There's a lot of things you learn being poor. But at the same time, understanding wealth and appreciating when you were poor will teach you a balanced approach on how to carry yourself when you have money. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you have a lot of people who haven't developed character. So when they get into wealth, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to live. They don't know how to conduct themselves. And they begin to look down on others who are pretty much don't have it going on. They're it's a lot of unfortunate situations. And they look down on those people. And they look at themselves and they crown themselves as a god and they say, you know what? I'm just so blessed. I'm so good. I'm the man. And they forget where they came from. See, that's pride. And that's what you call when a man becomes arrogant. And the Most High is not pleased with that. Because what happens is you turn your money into your God. You turn your money into who you are. You live by your money. You don't live for the Most High. The Most High is not in your thoughts. The Most High is not in your mind. You don't care about the people. All you care about is yourself. When are black men going to focus on building family which is the true wealth. Okay, your baby mama and you broke up. Okay, she did you dirty. You did her dirty. Does that mean that all black women should be avoided? No. Should that mean that we avoid relationships and just use women for sex while trying to make money? It don't make no sense, brothers. We got to get to the point where we understand that our life have a purpose. Working hard to just focus on money and not building a family structure is like building a building with no foundation. It makes no sense. We need a foundation for our lives. Our children are here to be a blessing for us. Some of us may have had children and we struggled in the beginning. It's okay. It's all right. That's part of it. That's part of the labor pain. See, when a woman gives birth, she goes through these contractions. She goes through the hurts and the pains. But once she gives birth, the child is here. But even after the birth, both the mother and the father go through birth pains. These particular birth pains is you trying to establish yourself in this life. And with your children, they're the ones in whom you have to teach and build up and train them into everything that you have. Teach them your skills. Teach them what you know. Impart in them the value that make you who you are. That way, when you depart, your child remember everything that you've done, and they know how to move forward where you left off. It's very important. It's very important that as men, we focus on the true wealth, which is family. The true wealth is family. You brothers have to stop being afraid to bring forth children. You have to stop being afraid, man. You know what I mean? A lot of you brothers, every time you get with a sister and she get pregnant, you want her to get an abortion. We can't be doing this as men. We can't. We can't be allowing ourselves to just extinguish life that was sent to us by the Most High for the purpose of moving forward. Let me read these super chats real quick. Knowledge hungry, appreciate your support. Thanks for the support. And Jose Hernandez, thanks for the support. All right. Knowledge Hungry said, I always tell my husband to get another wife, but he says he don't want to. But we have built a business to leave for the children, to leave for the kids, because we don't want to pass down the brokenness. Yeah, it's very important that the children understand what you built. Because a lot of times people build stuff, man, and the kids take on the inheritance and destroy everything. It's cool that parents establish something, but the children need to understand the work, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into this, the operation, how it works. If anything, and I'm pretty sure you should know this already, both you and your husband should write up a manual, how your business work, how it's ran, what to do, and have it all written down in layman's terms and teach your children. This is how we did this. This is how you sustain the company. This is how you sustain the business. If you maintain this, you will never have need of working. You'll never have need of working at a 9-to-5, because if you're running something that you built, that's generational wealth that could be passed down, and it can always be enhanced. Because once your children learn how to operate it, they will develop new ways and strategies on how to grow it even more. Jose Hernandez said, Ringo, some men and women are not mother and father material. Some men want more than one wife, but they can't even handle one wife, let alone two. Well, those are not the men that I speak of. I said this countless times that when I teach, I'm talking to men. Men that understand what it means to be a man in terms of building family, protecting your women, taking care of your children, educating yourself to do better. In the world we live in, we know that there are a lot of whoremonger males who are not men. We know this. Those men, in all sense and purposes, they're not going to get nowhere because they're doing the same thing every day. So my videos is not for them. They don't want to learn the truth. Just like there's a lot of women out here who they hear me speak and they still want to go out there and be a thought. They still want to go out there and become a single mother. They don't want to settle down. They don't want to be a wife. You have a lot of good brothers that may have tried to get these sisters pretty much on the right track. These ladies don't want to do that. They figure they got time. They really believe they got time. Sisters, let me tell you something. Once you hit 40 and you ain't settled down yet, you're in trouble. I'm letting you know that right now. You hit 40 years old and you're a woman and you haven't settled down and you still playing games, thinking you could just go out there, date, deal with different men. At this point, you're pretty much done. You're done at this point because you're wasting your life. You think you're taking this for a joke. You really believe that you have time to meet this guy that is gonna just somehow come out of the sky from heaven and sweep you off your feet and be this perfect partner for you. It's not gonna happen that way. It's time for you ladies to get with the program and deal with a quality man in whom is going to lead you and direct you. Because at that age, most men are not even looking at you. And I'm talking about looking at you for the purpose of wifing up. Now, they'll look at you for sex, but they're not going to look at you for hey, I want to get with this woman to wife her up. Why? Because, again, you've allowed the best years of your life to just pass you by. Am I saying at 40 it's not possible for you to get a man? I'm not saying that. Depending on how you look, depending on how you carry yourself, it'll determine whether you get a man or not. Because just because you're 40 or whatever the case is, does not automatically mean you're going to be successful in relationships. But let's just keep it 1,000. If you don't look youthful as a woman in your 40s, it's a wrap. Just don't waste your time. If you don't look youthful and you don't got yourself together, it's a wrap. Hard pill to swallow, but it's a wrap. But now, check this out. A lot of these men have this misconception that because they're men, that somehow this don't apply to them. For some reason, men have this idea that, well, I'm a man and technically speaking, we don't have a biological clock. So since we don't have a biological clock like women who get menopause and go through all these different things, then as men, we could pretty much be 50, 60, 70 and still go out there playing the field, doing what we have to do. Oh, on the contrary, no. To be honest with a lot of you brothers is you're finished too. You see, you've been wasting your life as well. You've been out here playing this field thinking that just because you're a 45, 55-year-old man that you got time to play like the young guys. These sisters is not looking at you either. And if you got money, they're only interested in your money. They're not interested in technically being a wife unless you're the kind of brother who is mature, who looked at a younger sister and said, look, enough is enough. I'm not going to play these games. I really want to build a family. I'm tired of playing out here in these fields. I see you that got the potential, and I'm really trying to work with you on some real things. and he's honest and sincere about where he's going and why he want to be with you, under those circumstances, a younger sister would see your heart and recognize that she would want to be used as a vessel to bring forth your seed, which can continue your bloodline. A lot of us as men that are getting older, we're not going to be as successful as we think we are. And you can hide behind your money, but your money can only take you so far. If anything, your money will just be enough to pay for escorts and get you prostitutes and so forth, but it's not going to be enough to get you a wife or wives who will submit to you, obey you, and cater to you. It's just not going to happen that way. So as men, we have to begin to look at the bigger picture in life. Why are we here? What is the plan of the Most High? What am I supposed to do as a man? Because your purpose is not just to make money, just to make money. Your job is to be a husband, to be a father, to be a leader, provider, educator. This is what your job is as a man. It's interesting that you brothers can be on YouTube teaching everybody else, all right? You're on YouTube trying to lead everybody else, but yet you don't got no family to lead. It's interesting that you ladies can go to a Kevin Samuels and try to ask him to give you advice that can help you in relationships when he don't have no relationship. Makes no sense. You can't go to someone and ask them to give you something that they pretty much don't have. Brothers in these spaces have to begin to look at the future and stop looking at today. Yes, it's important to develop ideas on how to generate different streams of income. But what does that profit if we have no family structure to maintain and protect everything that we built? See, a lot of us can get very busy making money, and we could be doing pretty good. Money is coming in from all different angles, and it could become pretty tough because it's like you have to deal with money management, all different types of responsibilities. But if something was to happen to you, what's going to become of this so-called wealth that you built? What's going to happen? Who's going to take over? And do they have the qualifications to expand what they inherit? You know, if I came to one of you brothers and gave you $5,000, what will you do with the money? Most of you would just go buy clothes, some shoes, a chain, pay off some bills. Money's done. Who will actually take that money and invest it into something that can make money? See, that's called wisdom. So having a family, having children, having that structure built becomes a safety net for your wealth. Because you can have the confidence of knowing, I taught my children this. I taught my sons that. I taught my daughters this. They know how to use the equipment. They know how to have access to the hard drives. They have all the access of knowing how to get into certain things that is very important in case something happened to me. And even if I'm still around, they have the knowledge on how to build wealth. This is not about you as a parent leaving your child $200,000 so that when they get 18, you get them this money. No. You got to give them and partake in them knowledge and understanding on how to be successful. Because a lot of us, we have the blueprint. It's in our mind. It's in our thoughts. We know how to do what we need to do. But do your children know what they need to do? Do your children know how to survive if you weren't here? These are the things we got to think about. Even if you never started this, even if you never gotten into this mindset, do your children know how to survive if their father departed? Will they be able to survive out here? Will they be able to build something for themselves with everything that you've departed or instilled in them? You know? It's just like most of us brothers and sisters who may have lost a parent. The parent is not there right now. We go through the motions, we cry. But when we look back, whether our parents had money or not, we can find that there is something that they gave us. We learned something from them which taught us how to be responsible adults, how to go out there and get it, how to work hard. They taught us work ethic. They taught us certain values. They given us something that made us into who we are today. That's the true wealth. The problem is that our parents weren't able to take everything they've wanted done and teach it to us at a certain age, nor did they have the resources or the technology to bring it to pass. Today, we live in the information age. There is no excuse for the lack of knowledge. There is no excuse for I don't know. There is no excuse. We can learn anything we want. We could do anything we want in terms of gaining knowledge. It's a click away. So there's no excuse for us not giving our children that head start. There's no excuse. Okay, you're busy, your life is busy, I get it. But we got to begin as parents, as men, as women, business owners, entrepreneurs. We got to begin to take that time to start setting up a plan on how to instill true value into our children so that they can take everything that we've accomplished and move it forward. Because if we don't, we have literally worked in vain our entire life. You came into this world naked. You will leave naked. You cannot take everything you gained with you. Your casket cannot hold all your money. I'm sorry. It's not coming with you. Your designer shoes, your designer suits, it's not coming with you. Your watches, your cologne, your cars, your TV, electronics, it's not coming with you. These are just tools to make it through this life, to make us comfortable. But the true wealth is family. Family is everything. Family is everything. And it's something we have to understand. Knowledge Hungry said that she told her husband to get another wife, but he says he don't want to. Well, some men, depending on their situation, depending on their age, I don't know the circumstances, may not be interested in having another woman because of whatever reason. But when it comes to business, when it comes to family, having more than one wife is very important because you build and develop children. And not only that, you can expand what you're doing in terms of business. It takes time. It's something that a lot of people haven't been taught because, again, we live in a society that teach us this nonsense called monogamy, which have kept us back for so many years. Monogamy does not birth wealth. because it limits you from expanding. Monogamy is like someone telling you can only start one business and you can't have another. It's like telling you can only be in the food industry, but you can't branch out into sports. You can't branch out into fitness. You can't do nothing but one thing. And no one should be told that they can only do one thing in terms of business. There's so many different opportunities for us, so many different ways to make money, so many ways to teach and educate. It's not just one. You understand? Shout out to Knowledge Hungry again for the super chat. Appreciate the support. You said, black women asking Kevin Samuels about a relationship is same as asking an apple how to be an orange. That's true. Yep. It's crazy. I mean, just last night, he had a woman on, I think she said she was 40. I think she said she was 40, I don't know, 40 something years old. Right? And he pretty much told her that, like, in other words, it's like it's a rap. And he told us something along the lines of he only date women that are under 30. True saying. Kevin Samuels told the woman he only date women that are under 30. Okay, let's do the math. If Kevin Samuels is supposed to be a high-value man, and he only date women that are under 30, then that means all of you women that are 30 and up should stop wasting your time calling in on his show because, according to him, you are not worthy to be with. He just told you that he judged you by your age. Now, the woman who was 44 or 40-something, there was nothing wrong with her. Tell you the truth, she looked like she's physically fit. Because, like, on camera, she had, like, the curly hair, and she looked like she's physically fit, like she literally is taking care of herself. But mentally, she may not be ready because she was talking along the lines of she want a man that, you know, makes $100,000 or more a year. That's typical of what keeps a lot of you sisters held back because you're superficial and you've been so accustomed to this high value nonsense that you're focused on money rather than getting with a man so that you can build wealth. You're looking for someone that just have $1, and you're not looking for someone to build wealth with. See, you're supposed to be a helpmate to a man. But it's like you're looking for a man that already got money. And that's not what a relationship is built upon. Like, people got to get out of this mindset of thinking that relationships is built upon you just getting with a man that got money. That makes no sense, man. That's why y'all not happy. That's why y'all don't got nothing right now, because you're looking for money. The mindset is all messed up. You're supposed to be looking for a man that got the qualifications of a leader, whether he make $10,000 a month or $1,000 a month. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to be connecting with a man that got leadership skills, he's husband material, he's educating himself, and he's willing to build. Because that's the kind of man you bring forth his seed. Because we need to produce more men that think like that. More children that think like that. Young ladies that have the work ethic and the thoughts of their father, who is a man of integrity. The tree only produce based upon the seed. If you ate an apple today and the apple tastes good, take the seeds out. Why? Because if you plant those same seeds you'll produce an apple that tastes the exact same way. So, building a family is the true wealth. And us as brothers have to understand that. It's very important. So I hope this stream gave everyone an understanding. We need family in order to build wealth, true wealth, because without that, everything we've done is in vain. Everything you brothers on social media are doing now is in vain if you have no family structure. Without that family structure, everything is in vain. Always remember that. You're just wasting your time. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how many cars you got, how much clothes you got, how much shoes you got. None of that stuff is impressive. I don't care. The true wealth is your family. The true wealth is all those kids that you bring in forth that a lot of you get annoyed over. See, you don't know what they're going to all become. I'm sure when Michael Jordan was in high school or junior high, nobody ever thought that he would become the MJ in basketball. I'm sure that when Kobe was a young brother playing in the sandbox, nobody envisioned that he would be the Black Mamba. Nobody would envision that. So, to all you parents out there who think that it's hard because you got children, don't look at your children as a burden and think, oh, they making all this noise, they driving me crazy, I don't got no time for yourself. Be very mindful that the children you have right now might be small, might be getting on your last nerve. But later on in life, because of the way you brought them up and the things you've taught them, they might end up becoming the one in your family tree that is able to take everything that you've been trying to do your whole life and become extremely successful. Isn't that something? Your children will do that. Your children can do that for you. You understand? It's very important. Don't ever look at your children as a burden. No. Your children is not a burden. Your children is a blessing from the Most High. They're a blessing. Okay, they get on your nerves. You gotta argue, you gotta kick, you gotta fuss. That's all a part of being a parent. You have to do that. You understand? This is why I've been teaching brothers for a long time. I know a lot of you brothers out there, you think you're men because you're a grown man. I'm here to tell you, until you have children, until you have a family, until you deal with all of the issues that go along in a house, the responsibility, if you don't understand that, you haven't reached a certain level of manhood. I don't care how you feel about it. This is not a competition thing. This is about life experience. Got a lot of men that are grown, but they haven't built no family structure. They haven't built anything. And then they want to talk to women about what women need to do and X, Y, and Z, but what responsibility you have? What children do you take care of? Who are you educating? Who are you disciplining? What's going on in your life as a man? What women you have? What wife do you have? Most of you brothers are so scared to deal with a woman, you don't even know how to be a husband, man. You over here talking about how these women don't know how to be women and they're not wife material, but yet about 90% of you brothers that complain about black women all day, you're not even husband material. But yet you complain about women all day. You're not even husband material. You brothers got to get to a point where you develop as men. Let's stop focusing on, oh, these black women, they're not ready and, this and that and all, they're not feminine. Well, what about you? You want to talk about who's not feminine, but are you a masculine man? Are you the type of man that is a leader? Are you the type of man that will sacrifice his life for his family? Are you the type of man that is ready to have children? Or are you going to tell your woman once she get pregnant, go get an abortion? Which one? It's time for you brothers to wake up, man. The true wealth is family. No matter how you see it. The true wealth is family. You can have all the money. That's great. That's nice. It feels real good to walk in the store and buy whatever you want. But like I said, having a lot of materials get boring because you can't wear. Listen, let me tell you something, people. I have so many shoes that it's crazy. And one day I'm going to do a video. And you're going to be like, yeah, it's so much I can't wear every damn shoe I have. So who cares how much money you got? Who cares? There comes a time when you buy what you need to the point where you just don't need nothing no more. How many of you are in a position in your life right now? We're not talking about you being a multimillionaire. We're not talking about you having a bunch of money or none of that. How many of you right now that you could say to yourself, you know what? My house is furnished and I really don't need to buy anything. I'm good. And you could literally save money. See, some people haven't gotten there yet, but some people have. Some people are at the point where they built their life up so much to the point now where they don't have need as they did before, where every time they got $1, they bought this, they bought that, they bought this, they don't got to do that no more. Now they're focusing their resources on what's important. So it's like having a bunch of money is useless when you got everything you need. How many cars could you drive at one time? Only one. I got probably damn near 1,000-something pair of shoes. I can't wear all of them. I can't. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, bro, you crazy. I can't. That's what happens when you get wealth or money and you buy materials. You get to the point where you think that this money is just for materials. No, it's for future generations. And that's what a lot of us don't understand. People that become multimillionaires, you're not multimillionaires for yourself, man. You're not. You are not a multimillionaire for yourself. You're not, because it's not for your lifetime. Some people got so much money they can't spend it in one lifetime. They can't. Not even 18 lifetimes. They still can't spend this money. So who is it for? Generations to come. This is why building family is so important. Because when you build this family, you have the money to buy the resources and get the resources needed for your children. Whereas when we were growing up, we didn't have the resources to do the things we wanted to do. How many of y'all remember those days when you were younger? Your mom couldn't afford to get you this. She couldn't afford to get you that. Your father wasn't there to buy you this or that or this. But when you got money, you can get the resources for your children to build them up so that they can pursue whatever they need. But in today's day, you don't need to be a millionaire to do that. You don't need to be a millionaire to get these resources. It's about managing what you got to benefit your children. If you got a child that is talented in a certain area, focus your money on the thing they do. If you got children that are artists, buy them pencils, art paper, so that they can draw. Who cares if they wasting paper and wasting pencils and scribbling and scrabbling? Who cares? Keep them active with what they're doing, because that gift of art is what's going to take them to the future. I'm telling you. If you got a son or whatever, and he's in the music or whatever the case is, get him a keyboard. Get him some studio equipment. Buy him everything that you see back there. Set it up in his bedroom. Who cares if he don't know how to use it right now? Set it up, tell him go on YouTube and do your thing, son. It is what it is. Why? Because that is what we should have had when we were younger, but our parents weren't there. They couldn't afford it the way they needed to. So now that we got it, we're able to do that for our kids. Books, tutorials, different things you can educate your family with. We got to now invest in what they do. And with the thing called social media, YouTube, man, you can have your children doing all sorts of stuff. I got so many different plans. When I tell you I got plans, I got a lot of things that I'm working on, a lot of things that I'm doing, and I can't wait. So people, again, I'm going to cut it short because I'm going to do another stream. Family is the true wealth. You brothers that have been working hard your whole life, earning paper, if you were to die today, most high forbid, where is everything that you built going? Who's going to continue where you left off? Who's going to continue? Shout out to Jose Hernandez for the super chat. Said Ringo, before we go, we must talk about men and women relationship choices. We need to make better choices to build. See, the thing about choices is that people are not necessarily focused on making choices to build relationships for longevity. Most men and women today are just getting with each other to have sex. The content that I'm producing right now is not for people that their minds are dysfunctional because they're set in their ways. My content is focused on people that know better, people that have relationships, people that are seeking out relationships and they already done know or in the process of doing what they need to do. Because you have a lot of women out there that, they know who are the good brothers. They see them every day. And they never reach out to these brothers. They don't even try. They just kind of sit there waiting on another guy because they really don't want a good man. They really don't. They don't want a good man. So you can't really make them make a good choice. You know what I mean? If a building is on fire, it's self-explanatory to evacuate if it's safe to evacuate. Because under certain circumstances, it's better to stay in the apartment if there's a fire somewhere in the building. Or if you're in a house, you should have already undergone fire safety drills. If you're a homeowner and you are not practicing this, shame on you. Because you should. You should have fire extinguishers in your kitchen, in your rooms. You do know you're supposed to have this, right? Look, all you folks that are homeowners, whether you live in a house, an apartment, it doesn't matter. You're supposed to have fire extinguishers on hand in case something happened. You should have a duffel bag of emergency items that you can just grab that bag if there was an emergency. Do you understand me? Copy of your important papers, socks, underwear, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, a change of clothing, some sort of snacks or whatever the case is, money, first aid kit. These things are supposed to be in a bag. Shame on you if you don't have this. And if you don't have this, you better get to your local store and get one. And start preparing You understand? In relationships, we have a choice. Just like we have a choice if there's a fire. We have a choice to leave or stay and die. A lot of relationships, people are making the choice to stay in toxic relationships or follow after relationships that are not going nowhere. I cannot make a quality woman just appear. Just like you sisters can't make a quality man appear. But they're out there. But it's up to you to do some footwork. And it's up to you, if you're a sister, to reach out to men that are quality. And it's up to you, brothers, to reach out to women that are quality, which means you're going to have to interact with one another. That's just the way things go. But people are going to make bad choices. People are going to continue to make bad choices because they don't want relationships. Listen, believe it or not, a lot of women do not want to be wives today. They really don't. A lot of you brothers who are seasoned, and you know what I'm talking about, a lot of women would just want to get with you just so that they can have a sexual experience, and then they just want to cut ties with you. They don't want to be no wife. The only time they want to be a wife is when they grow old and decrepit and hit the wall, and now they 45, 55, now they want a man to settle down, and it's like, no man is going to settle down with you at that point. It's not going to happen. You know? So I hope that clears up what Jose Hernandez was asking, because he says, before we go, we must talk about men and women, relationship choices. We need to make better choices to build. It would be great if everybody made better choices, but the truth is, if people were, everybody would be in successful relationships today. So what that basically says is that people are not making good choices at all. Because we have a lot of people having babies, but there are no husbands and wives. So it's like, what are people doing? We got a lot of brothers impregnating women, and then they're complaining that these women are, putting them on child support. I'm like, bro, if you don't want to be on child support, stop sleeping around with women. The greatest form of birth control is not having sex with a woman. So if you're one of them type of brothers that don't want children, don't have sex. It's just that simple. But again, to the brothers that are desiring to make money, please understand that the greatest wealth is family structure. Build that. Don't say to yourself, well, I'm going to build all the money first, and then I'll start the family. Wrong choice, because any woman you get with is not going to get with you for you. Get with a woman when you're at your beginning stages. Get with a woman when you're at your small beginnings, because she will appreciate you, you will appreciate her, and there will be a certain level of love and companionship if you do it that way. If you get with a woman once you already establish wealth and establish success, most likely she's just there to pretty much partake of what you have done. She's not there because she helped you get there. You understand? You brothers want to deal with a woman that dealt with you when you were at your beginning. When you were at the small stage, you went through the ups and downs. Those are the best relationships because they learn about each other. They fought already. They had all their arguments. They fussed, they fought, fight, whatever the case is. And now they developed a certain love and respect for one another. So the woman respect her man, the man respect his woman, and they have their children. And the children, because they're in that household, they see mom, they see dad. That's a strong foundation to all you parents. And shout out to Shiva. Shout out to you, sister. I know you in the chat. I hate to put you on the spot, but she's a family woman. You know what I mean? She have a blessed family. I seen her growth, and I always use her as an example. You know what I mean? That is what we need. We need family structure. You see, it's very important. It's a blessing to see a black man and black woman together. That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. That's what we need to see. Very important. Because when your children see dad and they see mom and they see dad and they see mom and they see dad and they see mom, when they grow up, they have the foundation and the blueprint of family. They understand the importance of family. They have the importance of a family dinner, a family meal. They see how dad works hard. They see how mom takes care of the children and the love, and they see all the good. They appreciate it. You don't know how valuable that wealth is. A lot of people are envious of you. There's a lot of people that'll even look at Shiva and her family and they envy. They envy that. Because that's what they want. That's the true wealth. You don't have to be a mega millionaire. That family structure is the true wealth. Because out of that, you bring forth children that will take different things that you do, and you'll be amazed at how your children are developing the skills that you always wanted to do your whole life. When I look at my own children, they do pretty much everything that I do. Everything that I know, they do. They're into music, they're into singing, they're into making music, they're into art, they're into video. I'm like, and the thing is, they're watching me and they're just doing it. And I'm amazed. Like, all my daughters are all artists. All of them. They all draw. And I'm amazed at the quality of their artwork. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So our children are our blessings. Our children is the real wealth. We can't squander that. We are not supposed to be aborting our futures. So to all you ladies out there, it's time to get on point. All you brothers, it's time to get on point. And shout out to Ann Cha for joining Team Ringo. Welcome. And shout out to True Love for the super chat. Appreciate your support. True Love said, speaking facts 100%. Shout out to True Love again for the super chat. All right. Appreciate that. So we went into a little overtime, extra 30 minutes. But I hope that everybody make the right choice. Hope you ladies look at a man for who he is and stop looking at money. Of course, you want a man that's doing something with himself. You want an ambitious man. You want a man that is productive, a man that have goals, a man that show leadership qualities. See, this is why having a father is so important, ladies, because when you grow up with a father that's responsible, that's the blueprint that's before you. So it will be a little more easy for you to find a brother that actually have that good work ethic. Just like you brothers, finding a quality woman is hard for you because most of you didn't grow up with a good mother. That probably stung, right? See, the reason why a lot of you brothers are having a lot of problems is because you yourself don't know what a quality woman look like. You yourself don't know. Because mom didn't demonstrate a quality woman. And because of your bitterness and because of your hatred for your own mom, you take it out on all black women. That's sad. As men, we got to get to the point where we overcome our bitterness and our resentment towards our mother and begin to forgive and move forward Because if we remain with that bitterness and hatred for our mom, it will be displayed in how we treat women. And you could just look all over social media and you can see a lot of black men, how much hate they have for women. Just like you can see a lot of women that have a lot of hatred for men by the way they talk about men. You understand? Very important. People don't understand that. Shout out to Humble Royal. Super chat. Appreciate the support. Shout out to Shiva for the super chat. And shout out to True Love again for the super chat. All right. Okay. So, hope everybody learned something in this stream here. We coming right back with another stream. I'm gonna put some work in today. My vacation is coming to a close. I've pretty much been on vacation the whole month. I know all my coworkers are like, man, bring them on back, man, bring them back. But next month I got another vacation. So, you know, it is what it is. But hope everybody's enjoying the stream, enjoying the visuals. Again, shout out to all the patrons. Shout out to all my patrons, the ones who pretty much are the ride or die patrons who've been there from the beginning and remain. You know, they're the ones who are responsible for helping me to build this studio. They're the ones who are responsible for helping me to get these cameras. You understand? And it's a blessing. It's a blessing and it's much appreciated. And I always make sure that I give thanks. A lot of people, they don't give thanks. A lot of people are selfish. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people just take advantage of others and they don't invest what others support and give back into the work. It's very important as content creators that when you receive support from the people, that you put it back into the work, because they're supporting you because they believe in what you do. So invest in not only your time, but the money into the work you do to increase the production value. What it does, it shows your viewers and supporters that you're serious. You're serious about what you're doing. I see a lot of people make videos, they get all this support. When you look at their production, when you look at their visuals, when you look at their video, you're shaking your head because you're like, where is the money going? What are you doing? So, I don't know who that's for, but don't abuse what the people are doing for you. Because the Most High put people around you to support. And a lot of you brothers are taking advantage of that. And that's wrong. You know, the support that people give you is not so that you can go and pay your child support. The support that people give you is not so that you can go to the strip club. It's so that you can invest back. I mean, yeah, you can use a portion for things that you need, but be smart and invest back into what you do. Because I'm not done. I'm going to get 2 more of these 4K cameras. I'm going to get 2 more because I love camera angles. You know what I'm saying? And I got 4 of them joints. So this camera angle here is going to be replaced with one of these cameras like here. So I'm going to get another camera that's going to be up there, because that's a GoPro camera that's up there. That's a GoPro camera. See? Wave to everybody. Hi. That's a GoPro camera. But I want a camera like this to be up there with a wide angle lens. And then I want to get a camera for the back of the room that's pointing towards this whole area over here. So it kind of gives people a different feel for the whole room. It's important to me. I think that visual image is very important when it comes to a live show, because it makes it not only visually pleasing, but also entertaining and fun to be, because it's like you're there. It makes you feel like you're there, you know? So that being said, I'm gonna go get something to eat, and I'll be right on back. I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna try to do 2 more shows. Probably 3, but I know I'm gonna probably do about 2 more. So, I'm trying to put in some more work. So, y'all take care. It's Black Male Advice TV. You already done know how it is. Go out with my song. You know I gotta play the right song when you're getting out. You know how it is, man. You gotta play the right song, you know. So, let's see. I shouted everybody out, right? Yeah. Thanks for everybody's support. I'm gonna get another one of those live signs that you see on the top right there. I'm gonna get another one, and I'm gonna put that in the back of the room, back up there somewhere. Up there, I'm gonna put it there. That spot needs it. I'm gonna get one for there. And that wall over there is gonna have more lighting. I already have it installed, but I didn't put it on yet. So I'm gonna do that too. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know if you can see right there. That line, that's a strip of another lighting. I have that, but I don't have it on right now. But this is Black Male Advice TV. You already done know. The only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut, the way you need to hear it. So you already done know what it is. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, share. It's Black Male Advice TV, and we out, y'all. Catch y'all on the next stream. Again, make sure you get them likes up. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. Get them 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 likes up. Get them things up right now. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all on another stream. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. So that's about 5:30. I'll be back. 5:30 a.m. New York time. We will be back. So y'all take care. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100%